Hey doers! How much time do you have today? What's your time worth to you? And how do you calculate the value of your time? Can you honestly answer these questions? For some people, to find the answer is easy, but for someone it's very tough. And for that reason, I created today's video. Look, as soon as you realize your journey within the 7 wealth stages of life, you will reach the aha moment why the last stage is called experience an abundant life. It has a meaning, a purpose in which you want to operate and achieve that level. But without hard work, taking massive action and devoting time, it is not possible to experience abundant life. Want to know the most critical part? If you ever want to be successful, have a wealthy and healthy family, and create your life around the relations of holistic wealth, you need to respect and understand the value of time. Would you agree? With this purpose in mind, let's talk about the value of time and 7 abundant questions you must realize before it's too late. Question number 7. What is your time really worth to you? This first question might be scary because so many people can't answer immediately, or can you? Look at your days. Do you just operate on the average level to survive? I mean, to trade your time just as shelter and food. Is this what you want? How do you feel about it? Listen, you can't push some magic button and rewind time as you would with a tape. Remember this, you have to be aware that time and trust are the most valuable commodities. And why? Because it takes time to find your purpose. It takes time to save and invest money. It takes time to find your beloved partner. And it takes time to love and hate. Ultimately, it takes time to find someone who would show you the path on how to overcome scarcity and move toward prosperity. It takes time to find a mentor or your dream job. You see, in short, you get to value your time, and you need to be very careful who you spend your time with. So do you realize now what is your time really worth to you? Leave us a comment below, and once you find the answer for yourself, then you can move to another question. Question number 6. Do you respect other people's time? I have spoken about this topic before in one of my previous videos, and it is worth repeating. Treat other people's time the way you want to treat yours. Because if you don't, not only do you waste other people's time, but you also destroy another most precious commodity, which is trust. Because look, it takes a tremendous amount of time to build trust, which correlates with respecting other people's time. You can't just meet someone to steal their time and dishonor their trust. How dare you be? Next point is how you respect and leverage other people's experiences in your spare time are critical, because it determines how successful you become. I said it before, on my wall called the Wealth Doer University is the following quote: "Wealth is discretionary time, and a strong brand is what creates that wealth." Read it several times to understand what I mean by that. And it leads me to the next question. Question number 5. Is the value of time you create productive or unproductive? I've read a couple of books on time management, and I also bought some online courses that teach effective time management. But I can tell you, I don't believe in something like mastering time management. Instead, I believe in self-management. Let me ask you this. What's your calendar look like? Is it empty or full of useless meetings, tasks, or notes? If someone wants to speak to you, do you reply, "Yeah, we can meet anytime"? What does it tell you? The answer is you don't understand the value of time. Here is a quick tip. First, book time in your calendar for yourself. Second, schedule your daily urgent activities. And if someone wants to book an appointment, propose a different time frame because your time is already occupied. This way, you will control your time and not let anyone else control it. Because if you have no control over your time, you become lazy, unproductive, and unfocused. So go ahead, map it out, and be honest with your answer on how you create time. Question number 4. How do you calculate the value of your time? If you are obsessed with creating wealth, you need to know your numbers. You need to study what the world wealth pyramid looks like and where you want to belong to. Because when you learn it, you will understand the levels of society and its wealth range. So the first step to moving up is to do your math. The math is simple. Write down all the money you make in 1 year and divide it by your total time spent on earning that amount of money. For example, you spend 2,200 hours per year on making money, your earned income. Notice it is a very conservative number. It means when you make $50,000 per year, your time is worth $22.72 per hour. This is the hourly value of your time. Tell me, is it terrible or helpful to know your numbers? But what's next? And how to fix it if you only trade your time for money? I will give you the answer by the end of this video. But before moving there, I want you to think about the following question. Question number 3. Do you know how much time you have left to achieve your goals? It's a pretty straightforward question, isn't it? I don't think so. Listen, the truth is, you never know how much time you have left. Would you agree? And I can't recommend you set a goal just to be happy. That's an absurdity. But I can give you 3 quick tips to stop thinking about how much time you have left. First tip is be very careful who you spend your time with. Second tip is avoid toxic people and those who are only playing the role of a poor victim. It means who only justify, blame, and complain. Get rid of them. And the third tip is learn how to give and help other people. If you do it, as a result, you will forget and overlook how much time you have left, because your direction and traction will speed up very quickly. And when this will happen, you want to know the answer to the following question. Question number 2. How do you track your time? Until now, you've put together the puzzle by calculating your time spending physically at work and making money. But the next math should be how much time you spend commuting to work and so on. So the first step to measure is your time transportation. Next, you measure how much time you spend on your freelance consultation or building your personal brand. Maybe if you have a family, it could also involve time spending with kids. These numbers will tell you where you need to shift your attention most and where to eliminate your time. Look, if you have been struggling to answer this and all previous questions, I understand, and you are not alone. But you have no choice, and you get to track your time if you want to buy it back. Because listen, it is possible to buy time, and I'm going to show you how. Question number 1. Can you buy the value of time? The last question on this list is only for those who are not average. This is for doers who desire to climb up the wealth pyramid and go against what society teaches us. What I mean is to replace your daily earned income with passive income, because this way you will buy your time back. But how can you do it? The only way of doing it is to be hard on yourself. You get to find ways to increase your income first. For example, add value either in your current company or build a side business and start selling something. After all, this surplus money must be saved and invested in investment vehicles that provide monthly cash flow. Because this is the only way you can repurchase time and do things that you finally want to. But this endeavor takes tremendous commitment, time, and sacrifice. The question is, are you willing to sacrifice yourself for decades in order to buy your time back? To conclude this video, as you grow, learn, build, and get old, the value of time will change. After all, it depends on your direction. But listen, you as a doer, you were born to prosper, and you become a part of Pad VC's community of doers, where the obscurity doesn't exist. If you should remember just one thing from this video, get this. If you really want, you can control your time and achieve whatever you want. Would you agree? Now tell us, how do you value your time? Can you answer all 7 questions we've talked about? Leave us a comment below on what your thoughts are. And as a reminder, do really pat the like button to give our video more exposure, support, and love from the YouTube algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe together with the bell notification, because every week you will receive one strategy that will help you overcome scarcity and recondition to prosperity within the 7 wealth stages of life. Because I invite you and I want you to become a doer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.